Hey, it's Jordan with TYT Politics here in my very lavish studio at the Prairie Knights Hotel and Casino. I'm on Facebook Live, I'm on normal camera, and I have the honor of speaking with Red Dawn. You're the sister of Red Fawn. Red Fawn, for people who haven't followed the Standing Rock story, a little over a month ago, she's a medic who was helping out in Standing Rock. Obviously, every day a medic is needed as the police continue to brutalize people. And at an action or just kind of a peaceful assembly on the 27th, she was tackled by a police officer, and then like 6 or 7 more police officers tackled her. So I want to just start from before that incident. As far as you know, what was your sister doing here at Standing Rock?
Badakiapi, Chaze Michwaki, Red Dawn Foster. My name is Red Dawn Foster. My little sister is Red Fawn. She came like many water protectors because she had a calling to come here and help her brothers and sisters here of Standing Rock protect the water. And she's a civil rights advocate who's committed her life to social and environmental justice. So this was a big calling for her is to come out here. And she put out to other family members, come with me, come help protect the water, on Mother Earth. And so she came out in early August, and she's been here ever since, just working within the community, working with the youth, the International Youth Council here, working with security, and also as a medic. And so, yeah, so she's pretty much committed her complete life to protecting our water source, not just for us, not just for Standing Rock, but for what she says is her grandchildren's grandchildren. So it's really important. It's ingrained in who she is, and that's why it was so important for her to be out here.
So basically, it sounds like she, like many others, kind of built up as a leader at the camp. I know that police targeted other leaders, their family members. So she was working as a medic, she was helping with security, and kind of multitasking in a lot of different areas. So she was probably known because the police here like to target journalists, water protectors, and all that. So then on the 27th, I'll tell you what I saw because I know legally there's certain things you can't say. 27th, you have people peacefully on a public road, and this was the same day they raided an 1851 treaty camp. So they essentially raided this camp, pulled people out of sweat lodges, pulled elders to the ground. I interviewed a young woman. They broke her arm. She's in the youth council, and one officer tackled Red Fawn, and then all around her, like 6 or 7, pinned her down. What I see, watching the video multiple times, from the moment that she was hit or targeted, brought down by one police officer, and the 6 others kind of pinning her to the ground, there's about 25 to 30 seconds that passes. And then all of a sudden, as she's pinned down, you see it doesn't, to me, it doesn't even, I'm not even sure it's a gunshot. It sounds like almost like just like an air, like a shot of air or something like that. But you see, 2 of those shots, and all hell breaks loose. But again, Red Fawn was pinned down by 6 or 7 officers. So my common sense detector would say she would have to be like Catwoman, X-Man, Superman for that. So can you kind of talk to me, whatever you're legally allowed to say?
Well, so Red Fawn is 5'2", like 110 pounds. So she's very tiny woman. And I got a phone call on Thursday, October 27th, saying, you need to get here. Red Fawn was tackled. Well, she was targeted, tackled, and shot close range with rubber bullets and beaten up pretty badly. And so I got in my car, I came here, I got here the morning of Friday, and I was trying to find out information on her condition, where she was at, if she needed medical attention, because according to everybody, she had been beaten up pretty badly. I couldn't get any information, and so I called the different locations where they were holding the water protectors without any luck, and it wasn't until Monday, 4 days later, that we found out anything about her. And on Thursday, Morton County Sheriff had said no shots were fired. He could not confirm any shots were fired. And then, 4 days later, they've crafted this story that she is charged with attempted murder. And when they released the mugshot, I mean, all of us were just completely taken back because of how bad her face was bruised. Like, she can barely open her eyes. So she was beat up pretty badly. And then from eyewitness accounts and the video, there's no way she could have made, fired a gun at the cops. I mean, she didn't have any weapons on her. The water protectors is through prayer. So I think that it shows that she was arrested on October 27th. She was beaten up pretty badly, and they're just trying to, one, shape what's going on here as violent and also silence her. So she is Standing Rock's political prisoner, and it's just unbelievable that she's even facing these charges.
And as far as you know, before she came here, did she own a gun? Did she go deer hunting, gun range? I mean, she was a medic. So what did she do before this? Did she have a gun, as far as you know?
No, she did not have a gun. She does not have a gun. I think that if there's, anything that there would have to be a gun planted on her, but she is nonviolent. One of the things that she had said is, this fight isn't with the police. This isn't about us and them. This is about protecting the water. This is about our environmental rights and our rights to have clean water, clean drinking water, over corporate greed. We're not trying to fight with the police. We don't want to hurt the police, the law enforcement. They're our neighbors. They are, we're protecting them. We're protecting to make sure that they have clean water to drink as well. So nobody wants to hurt the law enforcement. We just want to protect our water source for clean drinking water.
And so you didn't hear from her for 4 days. So obviously they didn't follow the basic rule or law that you give someone a phone call when they're in jail. They also haven't given her basic things that she needs. Can you kind of explain what she's missing in jail, how she's been treated?
So one of the things is that in the incident, her glasses were broken. And so she's been without her glasses since October 27th. So it's going on a little over a month now. And that's a basic health issue. She cannot see without it. So I think that we've been putting pressure on the police that's holding her, asking, can she have access to glasses? Can she get an eye exam? And then we're asking, her family members, can you find another pair of glasses to send to her? The other thing is, people have put some money on her books because she's strong, she's in good spirits, but it's great to be able to contact family members, and they were withholding her commissary. She had money on the books, but they wouldn't let her purchase anything, and it was coming insignificant funds. So it's just little things like that, just making the experience a little rougher than it needs to be. And so I believe it's just a way to break her spirits, but again, it's just making her stronger and stronger because she comes from a long line of very active, strong people who work for civil rights and environmental justice. So she feels that that's why they targeted her, and this is what she's meant to do. So it just makes her stronger. But as family members, it hurts to see my little sister be beaten up like that and to be treated like this, and to know that she doesn't have access to her glasses. She's not able to call family members because they're withholding money that's on her account. So that's, but she's strong, and she knows she's giving a voice to people who don't have otherwise a voice. So
This kind of goes hand in hand with the lies that have been told by Morton County, because I just did a video yesterday clearly showing that when they say, oh, we only used water hoses to put out fires, you show them literally it's like they're at an arcade just spraying people with freezing water. A water protector fell down on their side. They're shooting them with rubber bullets. So they clearly, it's almost like these high school locker room bullies getting to play out their fantasies of just hurting people. So that might not, withholding somebody's glasses or not giving them money at the commissary is not the equivalent of shooting with rubber bullets, but it shows this isn't normal, legal, standard practice. There's no reason to hold somebody's commissary money. There's no reason not to give her glasses. I also want to get to what happened, because last week there was a hearing, and the charges were not dropped, but they were vacated. So explain what happened and what the next steps are.
So the charges of attempted murder have been vacated by the state, meaning they've put it on hold and transferred the case to the federal court, and she is being charged with felony possession of a firearm, and the state can resume those charges at any time. So I know there was a lot of confusion that those charges had been dropped. They have not, and we continue to raise awareness and raise funds for her legal funds and for potential bail money. that we will need because her bail was set at $110,000. So we were working really hard to raise that. And we'd like to thank, people like Shailene Woodley and Jane Fonda, who've really advocated for her and trying to assist us in any way that they can in raising those funds. But once we were able to, when it looked like we were going to be able to come up with that bail money, they transferred it. So we're still raising money for her legal fund at our generosity.com account, generosity.freeredfawn.com, and then the site freeredfawn.com site to learn more information. But yeah, that's one of the things is they vacated those charges, can resume them at any time, and we're not sure what direction they're going to take this, and we're just trying to prepare ourselves by getting information out as well as raising funds.
So basically, once you were about at the point of having bail money, they moved it from state to federal, and if you move to federal, you can't get bail. So it's kind of like they didn't want her taken out of jail.
Correct. That is because they feel that if they're able to silence her, that maybe this will dissipate, and they've targeted others, such as Cody Hall, who is the Native Lives Matter organizer and one of the No DAPL organizers. They identified him, targeted him, and arrested him and held him without bail as well, and then finally had to release him. But it's just they're systematically doing things such as suppressing media, charging media with trespassing to, as a form of intimidation, and I think it's extreme forms of violations of the access to media to try to suppress what's happening here, and then targeting leaders such as my sister Red Fawn, and to try to silence her. But this movement just keeps growing stronger and stronger, and we're just asking people, please go to the site, learn more about her, learn more about the case, help us with the legal funds, because this is going to be a long, huge battle. They're looking for somebody to shape this as violent, and it is not a violent act. It's through peaceful prayer, and she's a leader, she's strong, and she continues to be strong. But just send her letters. She's at the Jamestown County jail there. So if you get a chance, send her letters, send her money about the commissary. Just let her know that you're thinking about her, because she's strong, and every time someone reaches out to her, it just makes her stronger.
And I mean, the most basic question: have they produced any evidence that has been communicated to your family, to your public defender? I mean, what evidence has been? I know you haven't had a formal trial with a jury and all that, but have they said yes, we have a gun, or yes, we obviously if they moved it away from attempted murder, or not moved it away, but took a pause on that, it probably isn't the strongest case.
So one of the questions that I asked is, did they take, since she was charged with attempted murder, did they take powder from her hands? And what I was told was, since they are not pursuing that in federal court, they do not know whether they have powder on her hands. So to me, that says that was not taken, and that's the big thing that, my sister's innocent, and I'm worried that they're just going to kind of continue to fabricate this story and fabricate other evidence against her. If everybody who worries about civil rights, who worries about the environment, who worries about social justice, who realizes that she is a political prisoner of Standing Rock and wants to support her, and to make sure that this, the Morton County Police can't frame somebody and craft a story against them and without any type of recourse, please donate. Redfawn.com, generosity account, Free Red Fawn, and we need all the support, both financial and prayers, and just thoughts and Go to freeredfawn.com.